I just found this blog entry looking for some old pictures, and I made a JPEG of this. I just find it amazing. She wrote, "I'm so worried. Please don't send the videotape. I'm so worried." And that was the thing that she cried crocodile tears to Franco a couple weeks ago, that she was so concerned that I was going to send something to her work. So which is it? But anyway, I'm going to read this. Posted March 8th, 2006. And I would like to, I might just have to, I can't see it if I hold like this. I'll just hold it like this. I'd like to point out how many times she repeats herself. Wait, let me just do it like that. That's right, Carol and a few other people had written really mean, horrible things about how I smell and how I went to a retarded school and just really stupid stuff. And I let it all ride, because I think it reveals more about the person writing than, I really didn't let it get to me too badly at first, but I had no idea how far they would take it, and that's why this is also ironic. And Robin crying the other day, if only they had let her explain herself, but Gina and Glynis especially, and Daniel, they didn't want to take that off of me. They wanted, even though Robin is totally responsible. So nobody's really interested in getting to the heart of the matter. That's where I made my mistake in thinking that I would make my point by simply, telling it like it is, and everybody saying, yeah, actually, you're right. Okay, so I'm just going to read this. I would also like to respond to the juvenile antics that have plagued our building, but I am not afraid to identify myself because I am not ashamed or embarrassed by anything I have done. ... Yet. I am Robin the teacher, unfortunately, from across the hall. I find it funny, yet so sad at the same time, that the one person who claims to be superior and innocent is the very same person who has been won. She calls me fat and is always sliding thousands of slanderous letters under my private door. She called my grandma old. 2. Placing, spelt Placing, derogatory notes. So she's going from slanderous letters, that's 1, and 2 is derogatory notes. So I think I might have, I don't even remember asking her if she wants to borrow a DVD, but that's what it says. Placing derogatory notes to say things like, hey, you want to borrow this DVD I rented? I think she may have written something that was a complete lie, and I am ashamed to say that I think I changed that to, hey, you want to borrow this DVD I rented? Because I did do that once. But she wrote, these are her words, of course, written in 10-year-old scribble in front of my door for all my neighbors to see. Oh. That might have been the note that said skank, but that was because they had put that on my door. Carol probably started it, but then I put it back on her door. Maybe that's what that said. But 3, holding guns to my head and harassing me in the hall when I am picking my nose. Oh, I must have changed that, picking my nose. And, she probably wrote, harassing me in the hall when I am minding my own business, going into my own home by making sarcastic and antagonistic comments. That would be like calling me fat. So again, she's repeating herself. 4, spreading blatant lies about things she assumes I have done but have never bothered to check the validity of. I don't think she had busted through the door yet, so that couldn't be that. And I don't know, whatever. The woman is like non-existent to me. I don't notice anything about her. She's like a butterball bore of nothing. And actually, when I first met her, she seemed very kind of fun, and you could laugh with her, and seemed smart, and seemed like a decent neighbor. I remember it drove her crazy that I a few times locked myself out of my apartment and needed to borrow the phone, and I remember overhearing her say that drove her crazy, and that I was such a needy person. She was complaining to the women on the stairs. That was some of their reasoning for ostracizing me the way they did. And they didn't just ostracize me, they sat on the stairs making fun of me having to jumpstart my car, like roll it down the hill to get it started, and they would sing the Flintstones song, which I even actually laughed at because I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, let me just read this. So, the last one was calling the police and accusing me and others of damaging her property. Never. The only thing ever damaged was my bike downstairs, and Mark McNair and his friends took the brakes off while they had a bunch of bikes downstairs that they'd taken apart. And I didn't call the police. I asked the mother, who was the one that called the police. The mother, Pam, who calls the police at the drop of the hat because she probably has a boyfriend down there and loves to feel somehow special. And I don't know. I don't know why she was always calling the police. I would come home after 12 hours, and she would, if I looked at her the wrong way, she would make things up, like say that my dog tried to bite their children, and I would have to talk to the police, and just a bunch of stupid stuff. Okay, so Robin writes, I could go on and on and on, but I am sure you are all as sick of this nonsense as we, the daily receivers of her childish games, are. I mean, I actually was working and had a life then, so I never really saw any of them. I did see the traffic in and out of Dolores and Pam's apartment, since they had about 15 children coming in and out, like between daycare and their own, offspring from different generations. It was just incredible. And Carol used to call City Hall. I mean, anyone could, corroborate that fact. She would always try to. Anyway, okay, I'm just going to finish this up. I find it so interesting that I've been trying for over 2 years to stay away from her, yet she comes to me. I ignore her because I do not want problems. But apparently her life is not complete without drama. If you despise me so much, Raina, why do you still knock on my door to borrow things, asking for help in your unit, etc.? I've tried to take the adult way and simply avoid you, but you just won't get the hint and go away. What a nice way to be with your neighbors, right? Oh, do you have any duct tape? Would your husband help me move this TV? That's what bothers her. This has something to do with her little butterball boring obesity, and I think she's a very insecure woman or something. Maybe not, but I don't know how else to explain it, because if you ask a neighbor, like Daniel with the TVs, like how is that any different? And yet they enjoy the prostitutes and crack element he brings into the building, and the squatters downstairs. That's just that's her cup of tea. But anyway, you just won't get the hint and go away. Why? What is this high school need you have to find confrontation? I really don't care. Just find someone else to play your games with you. I'm too busy with grown-up things like work and family. That would be her husband and a cat. So I will end with this. Leave me alone. This is notice to you are. This is really funny. This is notice to you are. I am... I consider your continuous juvenile behavior to be harassment, and I'm giving you notice to leave me alone. So she says, leave me alone twice. Notice twice. Like, she's repeating herself. And here's the best part. This is for Franco. Please don't send the videotape that incriminates me for all the trouble I started to the school I work at in the city. I'm so worried, she says sarcastically. And that was what she cried to the police about a couple years ago, because she was so worried that I'd written Dear Students of Christ the King on a piece of paper.